Hola, bon dia. We're continuing with our cabinet upcycle, and we created French cleats so that we can hang our upper cabinets. Grant set up our outdoor kitchen area, and he also set up a hoop system to protect our pepper plants. Join us for another busy week of renovations. I've started to cut the center part of the cabinet because this is the portion that's going to be centered over the sink as my upper cabinets. In order to get a straight line where I've started, I just lined up a piece of wood along this edge of the cabinet and used that as a guide to start cutting. So we're almost through the harder part, which is the trim and also like the main support for this bottom section. Here goes nothing.
Or something.
Something. Is it still holding? Oh. There we go. So I just have to sand this, clean it up a bit. Okay. So I made the shelves for the center section shallower. So that means I need to shorten these as well so that the shelves sit flat. So I did bottom two already. And yeah, we're just hoping these aren't glued. So far, one of them was. So. What? Got it. One more. So let's see if the last one's glued. Of course, I should have got you to record the one what I did with my right hand. Okay. Fingers crossed this one isn't glued. Otherwise, I'm going to make another mess. Let's just see. This one seems all right. Nope. So this is the piece of trim that was glued. So I'm just making repairs with some wood filler, and we'll let that dry and sand it. This one is bigger, so it's probably going to need 2, maybe even 3 coats to get everything nice and even. The wood filler has been drying for a couple of days now, so I'm going to go ahead and sand it. So that actually feels good. I don't think I need to go back in with more wood filler. It seems to be nice and smooth. So we're going to continue on the next patch. All right, that one's good. So I had clamped this a couple of days ago because there was a small cracked section. So let's see if it worked. And it did. So there was a small section here from here to here that was cracked and loose. So I glued it and clamped it, and we just need to hit it with a bit of sandpaper, and this part is ready to paint. And just like that, you can't even see it.
Magic.
Problem solved. The lower cabinets are not finished yet, but I decided to switch to working on the upper cabinets so that we can get them out of the living room and create more space for working on the drywall and installing our front door. Helps if you plug the right machine in. I just went and checked all the breakers and the power cord, and then I realized that I had plugged the table saw in again instead of the chop saw. So,
well, don't do that.
I'm having a moment. So I'm squaring up the ends and just making sure that there aren't any bigger cracks in the wood. If there are, I need to cut those off so that we have a nice solid piece that we're working with.
What are you doing?
I'm marking the placement of this wood so I know where to put the glue, because I'm going to glue and screw these pieces to the top of the cabinet. And then the French cleats will go on back, because the framing on the inside of this cabinet is only 2 centimeters wide at the top, but it's 4 centimeters wide across on the inside. So if I do it like this, that gives me more surface to screw the French cleats into. So it should be more stable.
Ooh, fancy designs.
Probably going to squish out everywhere.
Probably.
See. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Perfect. Awesome.
There you go. Here's your.
So there are my French cleats. I just have to sand them because you don't want to leave the sharp edge because it'll break. But they should just sit together like that.
What's going on there? Sewing machine?
Pardon?
Sewing machine?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm adding some screws in so that I can take the clamps off,
Okay.
and then I can mark where all of the screws need to go, because there's a really small section on the top of the actual cabinet where I can put the screws. So I need to mark it to make sure that I'm hitting the framework on the inside. Oh, that's not the part I need. What am I doing? Apparently I can't talk and screw at the same time.
Welcome to my world. Are you trimming panty rippers?
No.
Line?
Maybe. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. You all happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
You all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this? So this line of marks are for the screws that are going to attach to the top piece that we've added. And then I need to measure for a second line below that. And I'm going to need to make 2 marks. So I need to make 1 mark level with the top of the cabinet. And I need to make another mark 2 centimeters down from the top, because that is where the framework sits on the inside that I need to screw into. So I marked where the top of the cabinet was, and we're using the French cleat that will go on the wall
That's your straight
as
edge.
my straight edge, because my straight edge is not long enough to span the entire distance. Thank you. Oh, my boobs are knocking the camera over. All right, I think I got it. And here we go.
And there you go.
And then I just need to make another line 2 centimeters below that one. I can actually go 2.4 centimeters because I measured the thickness of the side pieces, and they should be the same thickness as the top piece. So I'll probably do, instead of the full 2.4, I'll do like 2.3 just to be safe. One trick that I learned in fashion design is that you never measure from the 0, because the end of the measure tape is less accurate. So I usually measure from the 10. So we'll measure 10 to 12.3. And that will give us the 2.3 centimeters. So now you can see my top line. So that is the top of the cabinet. And then this should be the bottom of the framework inside the cabinet. So I want to center the next row of screws in between these 2 lines. So at the top there, that is the piece of trim that we're screwing into. So the 4x4 was attached to the top of the cabinet and screwed into the framework of the cabinet just to create extra support for the French cleats, because I wanted a little bit more space to screw into, and we only had a 2 centimeter section where there was framework inside the cabinet to screw into through the French cleats. So both the 4x4s attached to the top and the French cleats are glued and screwed into place. Across the top of the 4x4, I screwed down into the framework of the cabinet at roughly 20 centimeter intervals. And yeah, I probably went a little overboard with the screws attaching my French cleats to the cabinet, but I want to make sure that it's nice and secure and that it's going to be strong enough to hold the weight of the cabinet with some dishes and stuff in it. That is the side profile of the French cleats. And the cabinet will be attached up on the wall. So looking from below, you're not going to see much of the French cleats or the 4x4s that create the framework. At least that's the plan.
If you found our video informative or at least entertaining, please give us a like, share it with your friends, leave comments down below because we love hearing from you guys and it helps the channel grow.
Let's shake and bacon.
Hooking up your outdoor kitchen net set out here.
My what set?
Outdoor kitchen net set.
Oh, kitchenette.
What'd you think I said?
You said kitchen
Net set.
So it wasn't together enough that I knew what the hell you were talking about.
Bula, bula, bula.
So we usually have 2 propane tanks anyway, because we like to have one as a backup. So we're just connecting it to our outdoor placa so we can cook outside. And then these little punks can try and steal the food while I'm cooking. Brrr. Yeah? You gonna steal my food? Hey, you gonna steal my food? There we go. You're trying to light the wrong one.
That's weird. This one is that one. I wonder what this one is. This one maybe? Yep.
Yep.
Here you go. Light them all.
Sure. Let's see that they all work. There you go. Cool. All right.
We got an outdoor kitchen.
Very good. Turn them off before you heat this up too much to muck with it.
There you go, sunshine.
Perfect. And we bought the grill thing at the Chinese because the only thing this placa was missing was the grill top.
The pots for your
For the
pots and
pots.
pans.
So we're gonna MacGyver this one.
Yep.
Aren't ya, MacGyver?
I'm going MacGyver. Yep. I'll probably cut the handle off too.
Yeah, it's just in the way. So, our first day cooking outdoors. We'll see how this goes. We already have a little punk checking things out. Gina thinks this is for her. No, your food is over here, but it's empty. Do I need to give you food? So you can see we did the prep work inside. Gina,
That's
no,
not for you.
you can't have the meat. Go on. So this should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have some garlic and chopped vegetable more chopped vegetables, so some chopped pumpkin and,
Gina.
you know, wine to cook with. And cat food to keep the riffraff out,
There you go. Eat
maybe.
those. There you go, you little punks.
No, everybody's here. Betty, no. Get out of my
Ready?
vegetables.
Now I don't remember which
Yeah.
burner
Hey.
is which.
Oh, right. They're weird, aren't they?
There you go. Yours is on.
Mine's on. Yay! We're cooking with gas. There we go. They can have my wine glass. They won't do anything with that. Okay, to start out with, we have some pumpkin going in.
Thanks, pumpkin.
And Grant is in charge of the sausages. So Grant has cut the leg shorter on the grill that we got at the Chinese so that it is the correct height. And he left this one leg about 1 centimeter longer than the other ones because there is an indent here. So our outdoor cooking area is nice and level. And so far, it's working well. So that's our outdoor cooking area set up and our first time actually cooking on the gas cooktop outside. We'll see how it goes. So that is our first dinner that we cooked in our new outdoor kitchen. So nothing fancy, just something quick.
Right now, what am I doing? I'm uncovering my plants. My pepper plants. Because peppers are susceptible to sunburn.
I was not aware it's precious.
And it's cool today, so I figured I'd take the cover off. It's only been on there for 4 days.
I just noticed it
I
now.
just noticed it now. Weirdo.
It's green, it blends in.
No, you haven't been wearing your glasses.
Oh.
Plus, it's supposed to rain, so I'm gonna get some water in this.
So you've had the netting on it during the daytime to provide a bit of shade?
Had the netting on it the whole time,
Oh,
day
okay.
and night, to give it shade. So the peppers don't burn. They'll get sun scalded.
Is that Rocky?
There's
Oh, the pepper
Rocky.
plants seem to be doing well with their little shade cover. We have lots of flowers ready to open soon. We have one opening here. And a bunch of little buds. We have a pepper here. And another one here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.